Okay, I'm now going to explain to you how you use your TVM solver. I'm going to write some things down for you so you have them. But if you do not have a TVM solver, you want to stop this video. You want to go to the App Store. You want to find a TVM solver and download it either to your Kindle or your laptop or your cell phone. I've been telling you that for months. And if you haven't done it yet, you're now in deep trouble because I can't give you mine to use. They are going to lock me off of campus at the end of the day today. All right, so you do need the TVM solver to do this. I'm sure if you just go to Google and put in TVM solver, you probably can even find one somewhere online. All right, so here's how you get to your TVM solver. All right, I'm going to go to the next page and come back to this page. To get to your TVM solver, all right, you hit apps on your phone, on your calculator. That's like your app store. So you hit your apps, and the first thing that comes up is finance. Good news is it's the only thing we will use. So if you don't have other apps on your phone, that's fine. You don't need them. So you hit enter. And then the first thing that comes up is the TVM solver, and you hit enter again. And then comes up a page that basically looks like this. I'm going back to my previous page here so you can see it. I'll be sending you this in the notes. It starts out with N equal. The next thing is I percent equal, PV equals, PMT equals, FV equals, PYCY, right underneath each other equals, and then end. All right, so I'm going to tell you what those things are, and then I'll show you what you should be entering for them. N is your total number of periods. In other words, it's little n times p. Okay, so if a little n is how often it compounds each year, t is the total number of years. So if something's compounding monthly for 5 years, it would be 12 times 5, and that would be 60. By the way, if your brain doesn't work real well when you're stressed, as mine often doesn't, you don't even have to put 60 in there. You can put in 12 times 5, and it'll tell you 60. I is your percent interest as a percent. Do not move the decimal. So do not move the decimal. So remember when we were using the formula, if it said 4.3%, we put in 0.043. Here you would put in 4.3. PV is the amount saved or borrowed, depending on what you're doing. Basically, it's the initial or present value. It's the initial value. PMT is the payments. In 10.3, you're not going to be making payments. It will be 0. So in 10.3, Grandma gave us money. We saved it. We just left it there. We didn't add to the account. The payments were 0. And FV is the future value. It's the amount you have or owe in the future. And then PY and CY are the payments per year or compounding per year. All the problems you will do, those two numbers will be the same. So that's your payments or compounding each year. So again, N will be 4 if it's quarterly, N will be 12 if it's monthly. And then be sure that your calculator is bolded on the word end. So if your calculator is bolded on the word beginning, just move your cursor down there and put it on the word end. So here's what it's going to look like for the problems we just did. Grandma's money. So Grandma gave $25,000, okay? And you are investing at 8% for 40 years, compounded, and I can't remember what I said it was compounded, so I have to look back, so I do the same problem. Oh, let's find it. Sorry, guys. I'm sure you just find me to be such a great time. All right. Compound interest. 25,000 and you're compounding it quarterly. Thank you. All right. You probably were shouting that at me, but I couldn't hear you. All right. So now we're going to go to the TVM solver. So N, capital N, you will put in 4 times 40. Or you could put your 160 directly in, but 4 years times 40 years times 4 times each year. All right? Your interest rate, you're going to put in 8, just straight out 8. All right? Your present value, you're going to put in your 25,000. That's how much Grandma gave you. So 25,000, you're investing it all. You're not making any payments, so payments are 0. You're going to skip future value for now because that's what we're going to ask for. Okay? So let me write these things down for you. I% is equal to 8. PV is equal to 25,000. BMT is equal to 0. FV, you're going to skip for now. And then PY and CY, you have to change those to 4. If you change PY to 4, CY will automatically move to 4. All right, so those have to be 4 because you're doing it quarterly. Now, so PY and CY are 4. And then move your cursor back to FB. So move my cursor back so it's flashing on FB. And then hit alpha, which is in your left-hand side, your second button, and then enter. So I hit alpha enter, and it tells me $594,247.67, which is exactly what I got when I used the formula. So much easier. Now, students often will say, why is it negative? And I will respond with, I don't know, I didn't write this program. All right, so I just ignore the negative. When I am making payments, they come out negative as well, but that makes more sense to me that a payment would be negative. Why this comes out negative is beyond me. All right, so let's try another one. We did another problem where we did, whoa, I just bumped my camera. All right, we did, how much do you need now to have 100,000 in the future? So this is the other daughter. So her N is 160 still. Her percent is 8%. We don't know her present value, so we're going to come back and ask for that. She's not going to make payments, but she wants 400,000 in the future. So we're going to put that in as a negative, and we don't know why. If you put it as a positive, then the other number will come out negative. It won't make any difference. Don't worry too much about that. But we put in that she wants 400,000 in the future. So we go up and we ask for her present value and we do alpha enter and it's $16,828. So it just gives us the answer without us doing any of the work. And you, of course, are free to use this on any homework without using the formulas if you choose not to. So we could do the interest rate itself again. We could do, if somebody says 4.3% was the interest rate, what is the APY? You would just go, well, it's compounding monthly, so that's 12. 12 times a year. Go back down here and make sure that's at 12 because it's 12 times a year. And then go up here and put in $1. And then go down to future value and ask how much you have. And it says $1.043857. So your actual APY is of 4.385 or 4.386. So you can calculate your APY that way. All right. It does one thing the other thing that this section has that throws students off is they'll say, if inflation is 3%, how much was a $2,020 worth in 2000? Let's use the year that some of you were born, 2002. All right. So the way I would do that, assume it's compounding annually. Inflation compounds annually. So I'm going to go up here, and that means it's compounding once a year. If you're 18 years old, that would be an 2002 to 2020 would be 18 years. Um, the interest rate is 3%. You have $1 in the future, and 18 years have gone by. It's compounding once a year. So there's have to be one. Question is, how much would you have had in 2002? Alpha enter. It's 58 cents or almost 59 cents. Now, the reason that's important is people will often, I remember my dad was notorious for this. He would go, look at how much this cost. This used to only cost 58 cents and now it costs $1. I said, Dad, that's inflation. You now make more money than you made back in 2002. Your house is worth more than it was worth in 2002. Everything is worth more, and the candy bar costs more. And he would complain, oh, that's not right. And now I'm his daughter, and I'm in my 60s now, and I do the same thing. I go to the store and I go, wow, Snickers bar is $1. That's just crazy. When I was growing up, you could get four for $1. All right, so that's the end of that video. Okay, we're done with 10.3.